Moving on to another mini project here. I'm going to disassemble all of these guys. There's 6 sets here. Sandblast all these housings and then paint them up. I need to figure out how to restore these red switches. That one I cheated on a long time ago and used a red Sharpie. That's not the right way. This one is pretty tricky because it has this little brass or whatever contact piece down in here for the blinkers. This very short screw came out of that side. The longer screw came out of this side. Again, a shorter screw came out of this hole. The longer screw came out of this hole. This gizmo came out. I pulled this out with the needle nose, and then the rest of this stuff comes out as a unit. Will JB Weld hold this together? The easy part is done. That one I just JB welded. Do you think I can put them back together? Is the epoxy going to hold up? Looks like it just might. I'm going to do a little sanding on this. This should work. I got a little bit of an offset of this part I glued on to the other part. Not much. I'm going to do a little touch up on it. I think if I blast it and paint it, it goes on the bottom. It should work fine. I was actually running this part in 2 pieces before. It worked in 2 pieces. It should work now. Today's a painting day. I'm going to paint this Kickstarter, the handlebar, these 2 guys that I just spent about an hour filing scratches and sanding scratches out of. And I made all these guys to put my switchgear pieces onto so I can hopefully get paint applied to them real nicely. I made enough of these so that I could do them all at once, but I noticed when I put them like this, they're just too close. I'm not going to be able to apply paint very well. You can see the little slot thing just kind of slides onto that, so it should hold it nicely, but I'm going to have to batch these things, unfortunately. Here's 2/3 of the parts. Ken's garage paint shop department is in desperate need of some capital improvements. Here's another batch of switchgear, a handlebar, put my Kickstarter over there somewhere. These parts are drying, and then a cup, plastic cup, just rolled over onto this thing and made a nice little mark. I used this thing again. See this faded horn switch? I already tried this on one. This is mineral spirits in here, paint thinner. I just let it sit for a while. All of these switches have been dipped in the paint thinner. Some of them come back pretty well, and others don't. That one came back a little bit, but it doesn't look that great. I did spend a little time on one of the gray ones with a razor blade, and it comes back real nice, just scraping, kind of scraping a layer off, the oxidized layer. But these red ones are a little more challenging. I need to get going on final assembly of these switch blocks. I've been working on this for quite some time, making a career out of it. I purchased some new screws. These are black stainless fasteners from McMaster-Carr. I also purchased a bunch of stainless steel button head screws to replace these Phillips head screws. On this particular one, which is going to go on this bike, I'm going to use the Phillips screws. I picked out some of the best ones. That thing's been greased a little bit. These screws turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. I do have to shorten the ones that go on this block from 45 to 35 millimeters. I think this one actually uses a 45 and a 40. Here's the disappointment in these new fasteners. Look at the size of the heads on these things. They're giant. Why do you do that? So if you look down this thing, you can see the head of that fat-headed screw. Anyway, I'm going to keep them. I need to get going on this. The fathead screw actually rubbed a little bit going down into this little area here. Before I get going on that, I'll show you these switch blocks that I bought from this place in Australia. And I pretty much got what I thought I would get. From a distance, I suppose they look okay, but when you start looking close, you can see these castings are just awful. They have extra flashing on them. The finish isn't the greatest, and you can see it kind of doesn't even go together quite right. It's crap. I may use them on another bike. I don't know. Here's the other one. I wouldn't recommend them. See how this one has the white lettering highlighted in the off, and that one doesn't? Why couldn't you put the highlight in this one also? Also, look at the switch of the plastic on this one is extremely crooked. Kind of sucks. I was hoping somehow that these would be really nice. I wanted to put them on my 500, but they're not going to go on there. I just found out that I messed up on my paint job on these housings on the left-hand side. They need to be black inside here. So I just got my paint, a Q-tip, and touched it up in there. To let it dry, I'll probably put a second coat on it. I've made some progress. I have the switch blocks mounted up on here. The front master cylinder is on. The clutch perch. Very unfortunately, this Yombits clutch cable, I have it adjusted all the way in, and yes, it is seated properly down there, and there is literally no free play here. So I have to pull the clutch cable and put my Yamaha one back on, my old Yamaha one. The switch blocks look really nice. They came out good. I don't have any stickers on there. I'm going to make my own if I put them on there at all. You can see that I didn't paint this one quite as good as this. It has a little bit of almost kind of texture on it, but it'll do. And the throttle side. This is the right side switch block assembly. I've already kind of partially assembled it in case you ever take one apart and need to put it back together. This little bracket goes in there with an M3 by 8mm. You will have a Phillips head screw. I purchased some stainless steel button head replacement screws. You need an M5 by 40mm and an M5 by 45mm screw. The little bracket clamps down on the cable, and then it routes behind this piece of the bracket. Very carefully locate the kill switch in this side, and I need another M3 by 8mm screw to go right in here, like so. One of these, and eventually you need one of these. Since I'm just going to be storing these assemblies for other bikes, I'm not putting the throttle on there. This one's complete with an extra scratch right here. There's that little bracket. I think this was the 45 and this was the 40mm screw. Yes, and the little throttle cable holder. Left side switchgear. I just put the horn switch in here. Then I installed this guy. Next is this little gizmo. Then this wire is going to connect here. I'm using a M3 by 12mm screw. I have a very short screw going into this one. Next, set this guy in there. Then this bracket goes in. It's going to clamp the harness and secure this thing with an M3 by 12mm screw. Next, this thing with an M3 by 20. This little piece here needs to fit into that slot. I just secured it with an M3 by 8. This little bracket went in with another M3 by 8mm. The two halves will go together with M5 by 35mm screws. There you have it. A left side switch block or switchgear assembly.